Welcome to Rob Talks. Thank you all for your support. Here's the translation from the Mayan calendar for February 11th, 2026 for all three calendars. First up is the long count calendar, which is being represented by 13 Baktun, 0 Katun, 13 Tun, 2 Uinal, and the 14 Kin. This long count day feels like a pause at the doorway. You've completed something internally, and now the energy asks for stillness before a forward motion resumes. Nothing needs fixing or deciding today, awareness alone is enough. The 14 Kin reflects a liminal point, holding insight gently before the next energetic turn. Today, just trust the pause, something new is organizing beneath the surface. You're being asked to slow the pace intentionally and to sit with awareness rather than analysis. Also, avoid forcing clarity, let it mature naturally. Before I move on to the Tzolk'in calendar, I'm also translating the entire Tzolk'in 13-day cycle in its own video. If you're interested, I'll link it at the end of this one. Today's Tzolk'in date is 12 Imix. Imix is represented by the crocodile. It's about birth energy, the cosmic womb, instinct, nourishment, and new ideas forming. The number 12 is about understanding, synthesis, and the gathering of insight into coherence. Together, 12 Imix is the mind of creation integrating itself. Ideas, emotions, and impulses may feel raw or primal, yet today, they begin to make sense. This is not the day to act on new beginnings, it's a day to understand what wants to be born. Imix teaches us that nourishment precedes movement. You are being asked to listen to instincts without acting impulsively, and to nourish your body and nervous system. Also to allow ideas to gestate rather than launch. Now let's see what the Hob calendar has to say. The Hob date is 9 Shul. Zul is about shedding, surrender, and the clearing of space for the next phase. Day 9 is about momentum through release, and emotional processing reaches depth. Together, 9 Jul deepens the letting go process. What was released intellectually now moves through the emotional body. This day supports compassion for yourself as layers dissolve away. Release today shouldn't feel dramatic, it should feel honest. You're being asked to let emotions move without judgment, and to practice gentleness with yourself and others. Also, trust that release creates room for renewal. Now let's look at what the collective message is from all three calendars. Here's the meaning of each calendar summed up. The long count is about holding completion gently before renewal, and the Tzolk'in reflects a time to understand what wants to be born. The Hob calendar is about deep emotional release and surrender. Together, this is a day of quiet integration and inner preparation. Today, the field is composting the old. There's less urgency and more listening. Systems, ideas, and identities are being quietly reworked beneath the surface. This is a time when you are standing between cycles. Nothing is wrong with feeling tender, introspective, or slow today. That's wisdom at work. What comes next will arrive naturally because you allowed this pause. Here is an affirmation reflecting today's calendars, but please first remember to give us a thumbs up and to subscribe to help us grow. Thank you. Now here's the affirmation. I honor the pause, I nourish what is forming, and I trust the timing of my becoming. Thank you all for your support.